Hey guys, the first thing I did was the shirt, and this is an old shirt my daughter had, so I used it. And what I did, I found a Google image of Mal, and here it is. And then I just used that as my guide on how to make the designs. And I noticed that the middle of her shirt looks like she has dragon wings, so I went ahead and sketched out dragon wings. And this is not the image I used, but I just for the video I made another one. So I did one side, I sketched it out, and I opened it and I placed it on the shirt, and then I just traced it with chalk. And then for all these other little ones, I also looked at the shirt and I just roughly sketched out the parts that were gonna be painted green. So after I did that, I went and found these at the 99-cent store, fabric paint, and they had this green in there. So first thing I tried is to actually paint the shirt without doing anything to it, and you could not see the green. As you can see in the back, this is what it looked like when I tried to paint it just with the green. When it would dry, you can barely see it. So what I ended up doing, I ended up getting a Q-tip with bleach and bleaching the parts that I wanted to paint green. And you can see that some of the bleach seeped out onto the shirt, and I just left it like that because I thought, you know, it looks kind of like that on the shirt anyway. And then after that bleached out, after it dried, I went ahead and did the paint again so you can see more of it. So that's that. And then I also made the chains. That was the next thing I made, was the chains here. Okay, now for the chains that go around her waist, I just took some fantasy jewelry. As you can see here, and here's another one. And I took some safety pins. Preferably if you can find these that have like a big loop at the bottom. Those work great because you can loop a bunch of chains there. Or if you have just this, if they're small, like this one, if you have a black one, that's even better so it won't show. And all I did, like I said, I just opened the thing and I just put, I can probably take this part off of here and just loop where I want it on one loop, and then the other side on the other safety pin, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I tried it on my daughter, and I picked where how far it would hang and where it would look like, so I just pinned it on, and I'm just gonna leave it like that, and that's what that one looks like. Okay, so let's move on to the vest. This material I already had from a chair that I reupholstered, so I have it in black actually, and this is another one that I tried to make, but it didn't fit my daughter, so I'm just gonna use this as a sample. And the way I made this one, because I could not find a jacket similar to Mal's, I watched a video from Made by Marzipan, and she has a tutorial on how to make this vest, and she also has a free pattern. I will put a link of her video on the description box below. And so once I made this, I painted it, and I'll show you. I used this, let me see if I can focus in. Okay, there we go. It is eggplant, and it's multi-surface. It has to be multi-surface. I had bought another one that actually was a prettier color, but every time I would try to paint it, it would you couldn't see it. It was you can see it if you're out in the sun, you would be able to see it, but you wouldn't be able to see the color much. So I make sure it's multi-surface. So I ended up using this, and I'll show you how I did that. Okay, and then you just take your paintbrush and you brush it. I don't know if you can see me doing, I'm just doing a rough on my scrap here. And then I did 2 coats. I did 1 coat and I waited for it to dry, and then I did a second coat. And this is what I did. And you just paint the whole jacket that way. Okay, once I did that, I added my zipper, And this is just like a rough, I didn't even do a perfect job here. Normally I would add a collar, and this, what I just did here, I just folded it here on this side only. I painted it and then I just stitched it right there so it would stay like that. And then I added the studs here, and these I got from eBay, and they were really cheap. It was like $100 for like $1.60 or something like that. And I actually got 3 packets of it, and I only ended up using 1 packet, and I still have some left. So if I wanted to do the back, I can. I didn't do anything on the back. So I put those on. I just randomly put it. I looked at a picture of Mal, and then I just randomly put it. There's like no pattern. I just put them where I felt they would look okay. So that's the jacket. Oh, and then on the sleeves, I just used an old witch costume my daughter had, and I just cut a strip of this, and then I just sewed it onto here, and then I just shredded it, and that's how I got the sleeves. I also used this like little netting to go on top of it, but I ran out of the netting, so I can't show you how I did that, but that's how I did that. And oh guys, on the vest, I forgot to mention that made by Marzipan, she does a lining. I didn't actually do this on this because it's for Halloween. She's just gonna wear it once, but if you want to follow her tutorial step by step and make the lining, you can. I do want to let you know that her vest is longer. I actually cut mine. I put the vest on my daughter, and then I measured it, and then I just cut it. I know Mal has it like cut all weird, like ripped, and you can do that if you want. I just did a straight cut, and I didn't even do I didn't even hem any of it. Like I said, it's really last minute, but it turned out okay. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys, that you may need to cut the vest from her pattern. Okay guys, for the pants, I ended up buying these from eBay, and I was gonna do everything on here, but when I got them, I actually did not like them. You can use them if you want to order these, and that saves you the extra step of having to make your own. So here's what they look like, and it's a dark purple. It looks kind of black on the thing, but it is purple. So what I did, I went to my local thrift store to find better pants that I liked. I could not find any my daughter's size, so I was able to find these in like a size 12. My daughter is 4 years old, so I ended up buying them. I took them apart. I took a pair of my daughter's leggings that do fit her, and I made it my own pattern, and I made my own. And I really like these because it came with this at the bottom. And I know Mal has something like this at the bottom too. And then for the patches, I literally just took some scrap fabric of the jacket material. I just cut pieces. I painted it purple. And I did straight stitch on it. I don't know if you can see that I did a straight stitch like 1/4 of an inch apart. And then I actually just glued it onto the pants. I didn't even sew it. It was too hard to sew. And then these, I had it from a purse actually that I took apart, and I took these to make, or you can use these things if you don't have these, but I decided to go with these. So these are the pants. Okay, next I did the glove. So here's the glove. And what I did, I picked up these gloves at the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store. I can't remember, but it was like 2 pairs for $1. And I put it on my daughter, and then like I traced it with chalk where I needed to cut, and I cut it. And that's what it looks like. First I attempted to make one with the extra fabric I had from the pants, and this is what I got. I may still use this, I'm not sure yet, but I went ahead and practiced on this one, and it came out pretty good. And what I used there to make the triangle, I traced a triangle out here, and then I have this ribbon that I used here, and I just pasted and then just cut the triangle. Or I also found these at my local 99 cents and up store, and I got these for $1.49, and you can individually glue them, and I did that for this part here. And then again, like I said, this part was part of a purse, and I just took that and put that in the middle. And these I glued them on with fabric glue, so that's how that's on there. Okay, the next thing I did was the belt, and this is my final result. I had bought a belt at the thrift store again, that color, and this is the first one I was gonna use. And then I made the buckle myself out of an old membership card. That was really difficult to cut. So I heard you can make them with those ice cream containers, those buckets. I wish I had one of those so I can make it. This was really hard to cut. Here's another, and this one was too big. If you're gonna make your belt, make sure the opening is just big enough to fit the actual belt. Otherwise it's too big and it's gonna slide right off. So this is like the Santa belt, and the way you do it, you put it around your child's waist, and you just put it in there and there, and that's how that goes. And I did this one with, like I said, the credit card, and I used aluminum tape to cover it up. So that's what I did, and I did that on both sides. If you want to do this glittery one, I didn't have silver glitter, I just had gold. So what I did, I got this at the Dollar Tree, and it is glittered glue, and I put it all over the belt. And this one, there was a lot of spots left that didn't have glitter, so I ended up pouring this glitter on top of it to fill those spots, and it actually filled the whole thing up. And then after I let it dry a little bit, I used clear glue on top of it to seal it, and I'll show you which one I use. Okay, I used this one. It's a liquid glue, and it dries clear, so that's why I used that one. And everything's on there, nothing's gonna come off. Sorry, I'm not using this one, I'm using this other one. And the way I made this one, the glittery part, or the shiny part I should say, is I took that one belt, this one that I'm not gonna end up using, I folded it, and then I glued, here I'm doing the second one because Mel has two, and the belt underneath, I already glued one part, and this is what I'm using, this ribbon here. And I'm just gluing it on for now, just to get it shut, and then I'm gonna sew it. And I have the paper clips here to hold it so that it won't lift up while it's gluing. And then I'm gonna do the same to this side and glue that, and then I'm gonna top stitch it, which I did on this one just to make sure it stays on there. If you can't find a belt, I actually found these shoelaces at the 99-cent store, and you can do the same thing with these. Just get a glittery ribbon and wrap it around on the shoelace. You're gonna have to cut that, and then just do it that way. Or I saw at Walmart they had this glittery duct tape around this time. It looks more like what she has on, but I found that a little too late, so I couldn't use that anymore. And they have it in, there's a lot of tutorials on how to make belts with duct tape, so you can use that. So that's it, and I want to apologize I didn't do a step-by-step tutorial with you guys because I had no idea what I was doing. So I messed up a lot. There's a lot of stuff here you didn't see that I messed up, but hopefully this helps you, and not wasting too much time or money, and you can use all the stuff that I use. If I gave you some ideas, great. And thanks for watching.